Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at how to build a clan and how to maintain a clan. There's lots of videos on YouTube that go over this concept, but I'd like to add in my own 2 cents to the matter, and I think my opinions will differ from others. But let's get started here. When you go to create a clan, and we'll personalize this, and we'll be right back. Alright, we've personalized our clan with this hideous badge and this amazing clan description and clan name. And one thing I would advise is if you are actually considering creating a clan, make the clan name a little more unique, something that's more eye-catching. But nonetheless, we're going to start the clan. We're going to pay for it. And there we go. We have our clan finally made, and now we got to go get ourselves some members. So let's click on the Find New Members feature, and you'll notice, well, there's no one for us to invite. What are we going to do? Well, there's actually this feature. Well, it's the feature we're currently using. It's the Find New Members feature, and how it works is it actually takes about maybe 3 or 4 days before it can function properly, allowing you to invite people. I can't really go into too much in depth on how it works, but if you were more concerned on how, if you were, sorry, if you wanted to know more on how it works, click on this blue eye over here, and it'll kind of explain some things on how it works. So when you start a clan, it does take a few days for it to get running up. You might be stuck in the clan chat talking to yourself, but after that initial 3 or 4 days, you can get your clan started. You start inviting people. You're going to have people joining. Just make sure you're constantly inviting. Another thing that helps is if you have some friends, you can get them to join your clan by inviting them, of course. One thing I would caution you is starting a clan with your in real life friends. And this is something a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you want to go out with your buddies and have some fun on Clash of Clans. You guys decide to make a clan. And, it sounds cool on paper, but realistically, those clans are probably going to last a month or two before they get very inactive. The people involved are going to be bored of the game. They're going to be focused on something different. Uh, that's usually what happens. There's probably some scenarios where those clans do prevail and last a long time. But from what I've seen, most people who do that, that clan's going to die out. And it's just not really a good idea to start a clan with your in real life friends. Especially if you aspire to keep a clan going for a long time. So I would just avoid inviting your IRL friends. It's no big deal if you have a few of them in the clan, and it's no big deal if they get along with your online friends. But that is something you want to consider, especially if an IRL friend gets into an argument with an online friend. Now, most of the time, you're going to favor your IRL friend over the online person because the IRL is someone you see almost every day, or it's someone you can see almost every day. So, of course, you're going to favor that person because you actually know them on a personal level. Whereas this online person's a stranger to you, but maybe you've gotten to know them, but still, it's just not going to create a comfortable situation for you. Unless your IRL buddies can get along with your online buddies, no big deal, but most of the time that's not the case. So that is something you should consider, is that conflict of interest when figuring out who to invite to the clan. Another thing you should consider is whether you're going to want talkative people or high-level people. Now, throughout the years in my experience, I make this sound like I'm a professional, but really, talkative people are the ones you're going to want in your clan. You're going to want people who care to talk in the chat, interact with people. That's going to do you a tenfold of benefits than just having high-ranking people. High-ranking people are good to have. They can donate a lot of things, that is if they are of the donating variety. But talkative people create a great foundation for a clan, and they're probably going to be the ones that stick around the longest. Especially if they're talking and you're talking, you guys get to know each other on a more personal level. It's very helpful. So look for talkative people. It will help your clan tremendously. If you are not a talkative person and you plan to start a clan, well, I really can't say much that your clan's going to last that long. You might want to reconsider some personal skills there. Another thing is inactive players. Very, very dangerous to a clan. Now, I'm exaggerating that, of course, but if you have inactive players, I'll go show you an example in the other clan. Alright, we're in the other clan, and we'll go take a look down here. let's go see someone who is inactive. And of course, this is our boy Edge here. Now, Edge will get online if we want him to do an attack in war. He's always genuine about that. But he's got things going on in his life. Edge does not have time to sit around and play Clash all day like us. But well, I'm joking, of course. I mean, Edge clearly he is a busy person, but so there is that. And when you have players like these, you got to ask yourself, is it going to be beneficial that I keep this person around? And of course, Edge has been in the clan a long time, and he is trustworthy, so he's still around, even though he hasn't played over a week ago. But typically, if it's someone you don't know and you see these types of signs showing on them, you're just going to want to go ahead and click that kick out option. But yeah, you really want to measure the benefits here, and considering, if this person is here, they're taking up space from a new member who could potentially benefit the clan a lot more. So that's something you want to consider, especially if your clan is going down an inactive route and you want to change things up. You're just going to want to find out all the people who are bringing your clan down, and you're just going to want to kick them. And then, of course, go to the invite or find new members feature, and you can see all these names right here. Click on them, just click invite, and you can do that to almost all of them. You want to refresh the page, click off, and then click it again. It'll refresh. So that is very convenient there. You can always replace your members within a few hours. I mean, really, getting a clan full is not a problem at all, especially with this feature. So yeah, make sure you kick out your inactive players or those who aren't even donating or even requesting. See, when it says 0-0, that's also a bad sign. You're probably like, if they're not receiving any, that's good, right? They're not hogging up troops. But actually, that's a bad sign because that means they're probably not attacking. They don't really care that much to get online, so they're not going to request or anything. So 0 received is a bad sign in that regard. So keep that in mind. Now, if it's a bunch of received and 0 donated, that's a different problem. We don't like that either. That's for a different topic. So yeah, so look for the leaguelessness and the 0 donations and 0 requested, and then if they're inactive, those are people you're going to want to get rid of out of the clan. And if, let's say, you have a clan where everyone gets online, but you still want to benefit the clan some more, I would consider getting rid of people who are not talkative or who just don't donate. Those are the people you're going to want to consider next in that regard. If you just want to create room quickly, I would kick out the newest players, the ones you haven't really gotten to know that well. That way it's just easier to make the decision to kick. Try not to get attached to everyone who joins your clan, because I promise you, a lot of people that are going to join your clan, half of them, or more than half of them, are not going to be in the clan next year. That's typically how it goes. So if you want to think of it on that, it helps out a lot with decision making. But yes, so make sure the clan is talkative. That is a fundamental aspect of keeping the clan active. And what I mean by that is probably scroll through your clan chat and see how the latest, or I guess the latest message was 4 hours ago, almost 5 hours ago. That's a good sign. Some clans have that to be 30 minutes. Some clans have that to be more than 5 hours. I'd say if it's under a day, 24 hours, that's usually a good sign. But if you're having messages from a few days ago, that is a bad sign. You're going to want to fix that right away by getting new members in the clan, people who talk. And you're going to want to talk yourself. But so that's something you want to look out for. Okay, another thing I forgot to mention that is very important to note is that there is a clan chat filter. Now, this is not the same filter as when you go into more settings and you have the filter clan chat. No, that's a personalized filter. So if I were to turn that on and I were to say a swear word or whatnot, it would only filter it for myself. Anyone else, they could see what I said. No problem. But there is this second filter that a lot of people mix up with this other filter. And it's a very big misconception. And basically what this filter does is it filters it for everyone. So if I'm going to say Discord here, which is a social media app, it's going to filter that out. Why does it do this? Well, that's because someone in the clan, someone that we don't know, well, I actually do know who it is, but typically you're not going to know who it is, and someone told the game their actual age. Now, shame on them for telling the truth, because that's something you should never do when a game asks you for your age. I don't know what they're teaching you guys in school these days, but that should be a priority when a game asks you of your age. Always lie. Say you're an adult. Okay, not the best advice there, but I'm just saying that because it's very convenient if no one's being filtered in the clan chat, especially if I'm trying to say simple things. Like there are some words that'll get filtered, and it's just silly. They're not even cuss words, but it makes me look like I have a sailor's mouth. So there is that. If you tell the game that you're above the age of 16 but younger than 17, it'll allow you to show swear words, but it will filter out words like Facebook or YouTube, social media, and words like the word address. Obviously, this is for child protection. We don't want kids giving out information. Well, I say we. I'm not a part of Supercell, but Supercell doesn't want people giving out information, personal information like that. That where these kids could be exploited by pervy adults online, and this is a big issue. And so this was put in place to prevent that because there are a lot of creepos on this game, and it is very frightening. Some of the stuff they'll say in clan chat. There's a lot of role-playing stuff going on, kind of sus, but so there is that. And if you're younger than the age 15, it'll censor everything, cuss words, and social media. So there is that. But if you're going to join a clean clan, and I'd like to consider this clan a clean one, it would be very nice if there was no clan filter on. Once you've told the game your age, though, you cannot reverse this. This is irreversible. You're stuck like that. And there's going to be a lot of clans that are going to notice that you have a filter on, and they're going to say you have to leave, or they're going to kick you. So it makes you less marketable towards clans, and yeah, you don't really want that. So that's something to consider when you do make an account in the game, is lie about your age. It'll make things a lot more convenient. Otherwise, you'll have to be filtered. And in order to get rid of this filter, all I have to do is find the person who's filtered. And sometimes that's difficult. Sometimes you don't know who it is, so your best option is going to the very bottom and just kicking out. And as you kick out one person, test it out and see if it filters. And then when it doesn't filter, that's when you've kicked the right person. So, yeah, that is something to consider. All right, so we've gone through most of the things with the clan. There are some things that I probably left out, but now I'm going to move on to the topic of war and some tips on how to improve your war log. So, of course, the easiest thing you can always change is yourself. When you're struggling in the world and you're wanting to change a lot of things in your life, the easiest thing to change is, of course, yourself. So, in this war log, let's say we want to change ourselves. We're looking at it, and we see we've got a few defeats recently. It's not really pleasant. We want to keep those green victories as much as we can. And so down here is looking good. Up here, not so good. Let's see why. Well, I think a great place to start is look at those percentages. I'd say a percentage above 90 is very good. You want that almost always in your wars. 90% indicates I think almost all your attacks were used, and they were pretty good attacks. But let's look at this one attack. We won this war, but I think it was more so because of luck, and we got 68%. Now, that's a very low percentage. Most likely what happened in this war is the enemy did not attack. They did not use all their attacks, and as you can see, that is very apparent when we look at these war details. The enemy did not use a lot of their attacks. In fact, a few of our members didn't use their attacks either. And so we got lucky that war. And you don't want to win based off of luck. That will deteriorate your war log. So keep that in mind. Another thing you want to look at is when you are doing a war, look at the enemy war log. That is if it's available. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes they hide it. And so if you can't see their war log, look at their war win streak. That's probably the best you're going to do in terms of figuring out whether you're going to win the war or not. But look at their war log, and you could see, look at these percentages. They're horrible. 70% right there, another 70, a 50, a 70, and they won because the enemy got 0%. So, yeah, percentages like these are a horrible sign. You're going to be getting all those reds unless you get lucky, like, of course, in this case right here with the 0%. So, yeah, if your war log's starting to look like that, you're putting in members who just don't care to attack, and you're going to want to change that. Having a good war log also helps the clan. It keeps the clan morale up. So yeah, make sure you're not setting yourself up for failure right there in war. So always look at your war log and look at the enemy's war log if it's available. So typically if an enemy has a war log like what we're seeing right here, we're probably going to win this war, assuming assuming that we get above 90%. Because you even do the average here. They haven't hit a 90% war in, let's go through it, since 37 days. That's how long it's been. So, yeah, keep that in mind. And there is that. Other than that, if there might have been some things I did not cover in this video, and if you care to know more, please leave a comment. I would gladly get back to you. But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good one. Take care.